Oh, we're live. We've got breaking news, everybody. Sigma finally officially announced before CP Plus 2017 their 4 new lenses. We've seen the leaks of these and everything, and we've been waiting on pricing, which we still are, unfortunately, but it has become official. Sigma has finally officially announced, they've even pulled it off their site, 4 new lenses. Let's check them out real quick. Let's break them down. But like I said, there's still no pricing yet, but I'm going to update that as soon as pricing is released. So either in this video, if they do it, or it will be down, and I'll pin it down below in the comments so that way you can see that there. But we've got new lenses. Now, several of these have been rumored for a very long time, and Sigma has moved up a ton with their art line, but you want to hear about the lenses. Let's talk about them. One of the first ones you see on screen right here is the Sigma 14mm f1.8. Now, it's not going to have any kind of stabilization. It's a wide angle, and it's pretty much going to be like the astro photographer's dream, night photography, and everything of that sort. So it's art. It's going to work on full frame, and it's going to work on your crop sensors as well. Pretty cool. It's also going to come with a 4-year USA warranty. They've been iffy with gray market and everything, so I wouldn't worry about that. But if you buy it in the States or wherever you're naturally from, it's going to work well. It's going to have 16 elements in 11 groups on a 9-blade aperture. So for something like that, it's going to be pretty darn good. A minimum aperture of f16, which is interesting, but for a wide angle, that's pretty close to like a 15 to 30 or 14 to 24 or whatever you're looking at. It has an 80mm glass mold, which is going to help minimize distortion, flaring, and ghosting. You're going to get something way more accurate. And it does include the FLD coating, the low dispersion, to help with chromatic aberration. Once again, there is no pricing out on this again. I mean, I'll even reload it right here to see if they pop it up. There's no notifications yet. But once again, look down in the comments below, and I'll have pinned the pricing once everything really comes out. But everyone wanted to, I've been getting a lot of requests as soon as this goes official to cover it. So this is the 14mm f 1.8, which is amazing for something like that. It's going to be autofocus as well. So this is what you're getting. It's going to be the pedal hood. So you're going to need to adapt filters differently with different holders and everything. But this is, you're seeing what you're getting right here. Really like their line. The next is going to be the Sigma 135mm f1.8. I know some people are going to be a little disappointed about this as well, in a way, because it's not going to have optic stabilization as well, but this is what a lot of people have wanted. I messed with the 85 1.4 at Photo Plus, and oh my gosh, I was blown away. And I even had some video on that. But this is a pretty much great art medium telephoto zoom that you want to look for, that is going to be great for your portraits, long shots, or whatever you like to do, you know, stuff like this. It's going to obviously work for full frame, APS-C, it's their art line, 13 elements, 10 groups, 9-blade aperture, so you can get some good bokeh with this comparatively in regards to the specs. 82mm filter size, so you're going to get something that is a pretty darn big piece of glass in regards to that as well, compared to it being 72 or 77 with most other brands. The other thing you're getting, minimum aperture of f16. So once again, if you want to shoot higher, I wouldn't really worry about all that stuff, but that's what you're getting. Once again, no optic stabilization, and also you're going to have a new HSM, a hypersonic motor, and to help with the improved autofocusing and everything that this has. And it says that you're going to be able to like update the firmware if you have the Sigma dock and everything. So there you go. Something interesting, something good. Once again, the pricing isn't fully available yet, so we'll go back and talk with that as soon as all that becomes official. The next thing we got, the Sigma 24-70 f2.8, which will have optic stabilization. Once again, this will work for full frame and for your crop sensors, and they've been kind of slacking on this lens for a while. When I first started with Sigma, I had a 28-70 2.8. It wasn't that good. It was very soft until you reach like f8. Then they did have a 24-70, but that also wasn't good. But with their art line, I'm thinking that this is going to be a very practical option that's really going to stand up to the Tamron 24-70, which is still good. I still am a little against it, even though it is a good lens. I just think it's going to be this might give it a little bit more of a challenge, you know, something like that. And it looks like it's going to be kind of small, which is also a good thing. But with this, you're getting 19 elements, 14 groups, and 9 blades. So you're going to get a little bit of weight with this guy. It's going to have a minimum aperture of f22, another 82mm filter thread. So you're still going to get another big hunk of glass up front. So if that interests you, hopefully you have that. It's going to have 3 low dispersion glass elements and 4 spherical elements to reduce chromatic aberration. So it sounds like it's going to be good. And when all this stuff really comes out and officially, hits the market, I want to see if I can get a lot of these to test, because I think that these are going to make a killing in the market for the most part. And then the other thing they're saying is that this has a new metal barrel right here, and it's to resist expansion and contraction in like the elements. So that's going to be pretty cool. They're going to use that new optical stabilization in this thing that they've done to help compensate for your camera shake and for whatever your range in that regards. So that's pretty cool. One of the last things, and this one was kind of interesting that they've announced, let me see if they updated anything, is the Sigma 100 to 400 millimeter f 6.3 OS, and it's contemporary. And it's interesting because they already have a contemporary that isn't necessarily too old, and it's the 150 to 600, which is about $1,300. So you're getting a lot with this thing right here, and it has OS and everything built into it. But this is just going to be I guess a smaller option. So I don't know. And once again, all this will come down to the pricing. So I'll react to that once that happens. Sometimes a lot of the stuff, they won't release pricing for a little while, for a couple days. They just want to get the news out there. And once again, this is what I'm trying to do as well. This is once again going to work with full frame and your crop lenses, 21 elements, 15 groups, 9 blades. So you're going to get some serious bokeh with this bad boy. But once again, as you zoom into 400 millimeters, you're losing light because it's a variable aperture lens. You're going to start off at 6.3 once you get to that 400 millimeter mark. But that's also not that bad. But keep in mind, you're going to have to mess with your settings a whole lot. 67 millimeter thread. So it's going to be a very narrow lens, which is going to be interesting as well. It's going to use the HSM motor that a lot of these arts have been using, and that new OS that the 24 to 70 is going to be using. And it's also going to use a new unique macro mode. It's going to be a 1 to 3.8 macro mode. So I'm interested to see what that'll look like. And that looks like it's going to be on the side right here, probably that switch right there. But the look of these lenses, the way they work, is actually absolutely phenomenal. The other interesting thing, it says it's going to have a new push-pull type of focal zooming. So I'm guessing that's going to be something up there. I would love to see more of that when that fully becomes official with something like that. But overall, with all of these lenses, you're going to get something that works with Nikon, Canon, Sigma mount, which I don't know who's buying Sigma cameras, and also the MC11 Sigma to Sony E-mount adapter. So you will be able to use this if you're doing this. Now, we've heard rumors that you might be able to, that they might be doing native Sony E down the line. They said there's not going to be an A mount or anything like that. So hopefully that's the case, so you don't have to use this adapter. But as of right now, that's what it is. Right now, there's no native to that. There you go. Are you excited about these lenses? What do you think they'll cost and everything? And once again, as soon as I hear about that, I'll pin the post down in the comments below and give my thoughts more on that. And we'll go from there. But there it is, your official news. 14mm f1.8, 35mm f1.8. Which is amazing for both of these, by the way. 24 to 70 art 2.8 and 100 to 400 f5 to 6.3. That's what we got. What do you think? What are you excited about? Is this going to be your astrophotography dream? Is this going to be your new go-to portrait lens? Are you excited about the 24 to 70 having optic stabilization? Let me know down below. You can use it on pretty much anything. Full frame, crop sensor, have fun, go crazy. These are Sigma's newest lenses. And I think these two are going to sell very, very well, all depending on the pricing.